What's up, guys? It's Shiesty, and we're just gonna quickly run through battalions and mainly just hero setup. So for infantry, you see this is my lineup here. And you can see I have Lore Weaver, which is a cavalry hero, as my leader, and she's of course in my lineup. Now, I never switch Lore Weaver off of my lineup, and that's because she has army attack. She's an army attack hero. So a free-to-play version would be Rose Knight, for example, or even, you see the army attack right here, or even Bomb and Goblin with the army attack. They're great to have as leaders because you can use them and they'll still be helpful in your infantry, range, and cavalry march. They're useful in all of them. They're going to contribute. Now, the only thing that you're not going to get that's not going to be useful about Lore Weaver in your battle, because she's cavalry, right, and I'm sending an infantry march. So she's a cavalry hero, so her squad attack damage, right, her 200% squad attack damage bonus will not be applied because there's not going to be a cavalry squad. It's only infantry. So that isn't going to be put to use. That's the only disadvantage of sending an infantry march when I have a cavalry leader. But it is not significant in the grand scheme of things, and it's really just not worth switching your leader every time. So the reason why she still gives me stats and stuff is because she's an army hero. She has army HP, army defense, and army attack. So if I was sending a mixed rally, or if I was defending, right, then this would be giving me 25% infantry, range, and cavalry, and the same thing across all of this, right, which would be a bunch of stats. But since it's only an infantry march, she's still giving me 25% infantry HP and defense, and then 20% arm or infantry attack through the army attack. But I only have infantry troops, so that's all that is helping. But she's still being very useful, and more useful than a lot of my other heroes even though she's a cavalry hero, she's still benefiting my infantry heroes or troops more in a lot of ways. And then when you go through to pick the rest of your heroes, Watcher is really good as well. If you don't have Watcher, Sea Squire is probably what you want to go with because of the 30% army or infantry attack. But this is my lineup. Again, if I didn't have Lore Weaver in there, then I'd put Sea Squire. But that's solid. You obviously don't want to be like, I'm going to put, in my infantry march, I'm going to put in Rose Knight and Bomb and Goblin because they'll help, they'll give me 20% attack. Even though that's true, you're losing the squad attack, and there's just better infantry heroes. You'll get more attack and HP going with Watcher and Soul Forger or Sea Squire, whichever one you want. But that's pretty simple, and it goes for ranged cavalry, of course infantry, all of that. So you look through, this is what I have for my ranged. Now you could use the Black Crow over Bomb and Goblin for range. She has the 50% HP and 50% defense. Defense is practically worthless, but the HP is really good as a comparison to only 20% attack. But it's really just up to opinion. I'd rather have the attack personally. It does a little more damage, gets in there, kills more troops. I'm not worried about walking back. I'm just worried about killing as much as I can and getting out of there. So once again, we'll go through cavalry. And again, if you don't have like Chaos Dragon, then you throw out this and you put in 50% HP and 50% defense, 50% defense. This one's better. I'll go with this one. Right? If you don't have Lore Weaver, you go through 50% defense. Do I have any other options? I don't. I just deal with it. But, or I have Chaos Dragon. But, you know what I mean. You just look and you kind of decide what's the best. When you are picking heroes that are not your leader, like outside of your leader, when you're picking heroes for March, you do always want it to be the same troop type that you're sending. So if it's a cavalry march, even though, what is it? Watcher might give me more stats. Generally speaking, you do want to stay with a cavalry hero because that 20% or that 200% squad attack damage is like significant. I mean, it's definitely valuable and something you want to pay attention to. But when it comes to your leader, the cost, again, if I wanted to attack, right, like let's just say I want to send an infantry march, right, I have to switch and do all of this stuff, right, before that march hits. Okay, and then that march comes back. And let's say now I want to send a cavalry march, or I guess a ranged march, right, switching my leader, and then coming over here, pushing range, going all over here, and that's if you have the right stuff set up, or switching all this stuff. Like you have 5, 10 things going on while you're trying to attack a guy. It's just not worth it. It just really isn't efficient, and the significance is so little. Now another reason is if you're rallying, then it's gonna be very obvious if you're always switching your heroes, right? When I rally someone, I have a cavalry hero, but I can send infantry, range, or cavalry at them, or mixed, right? They have no idea what I'm sending until I switch my gear, and I never switch my gear until the rally walks. So if you switch your hero for every type of march you go, then it's gonna be very obvious to people what you're sending, and they can counter you.